Before we get into today's episode of Daily Brightness, we just want to say a huge thank you to our proud partners, Shaw, for being with us from the very beginning, and what a start it's been.
I think the reaction to our podcast so far has been nothing but positive from our family, from our friends, from our teammates, from our fans. It's been really nice to see all the positive reviews and feedback, so keep that all coming.
Yeah, I also think that we've probably learned a lot about ourselves, and me and Rach always talk about this podcast. You know, it's more than just us chatting. It's actually like a little therapy session. And I've actually learned a lot about myself, and I feel like it's given me the confidence to open up a little bit more and show that more vulnerable side. So yeah, it's been really, really refreshing. And we also get to appreciate all the things that we've achieved. Rach, everything you're achieving with Villa, you know, the form at the end of the season, me getting my 200th in the WSL and talking about all our accomplishments, the hard times. Yeah, it's becoming a really nice platform actually, and I'm really enjoying where it's going. But thank you to everyone for the amazing support.
So thanks again to Shaw for showing up for women's football and backing the pod from day one. And thank you all for tuning in.
Hi everyone, welcome to The Rest is Football, Daily Brightness. We have all jumped on, myself, Ben and Rachel, after the 2 games this evening. As you can see, we're all in good spirits. Also, apologies if Rachel does drop out. She is currently on her way back from a watch party, so she actually is in a taxi, so we'll excuse her on this one occasion.
I want to hear Rachel. It sound like you're underwater or not? We got you
Listen.
back.
Listen, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay. Excellent news. I'm in a car. Like, what commitment is this? Like, I'm literally in a car on my way back from London. But anyway, guys, let's just talk about England because they were fucking sick tonight.
It was so much better, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't think I would have been able to sleep if we'd have lost. I'd have been so depressed. But listen, that is proper England. That's what we wanted. That's proper England.
I said this at halftime, so I did like a tactical review. I have no idea about tactics, but it was okay. I did a little review.
All right, Coach Daly. I thought you hated management and coaching.
It was like, let's give you a tactical analysis. And I was like, England are fucking sick. Like, basically, but...
Did you have a tactics board?
I was like, so do this. No, I actually think that we went back to the old way, didn't we? Like, everyone was firing on all cylinders. Like, everyone was so good.
I don't think any player lost a jewel.
Guys, everyone just shut the fuck up a minute and talk about Hannah Hampton's pass.
I'm not even surprised though. I literally see that every day in training. I'm not even surprised.
That pass, like I was in a watch party and I set the room like quiet.
That made the goal.
My God. I was like, I actually really wanted Les to score it because I thought, oh my God, she's going to get an assist because how she picked that out of nothing. And just like pick that through. Oh my God! I was like, oh my God!
But that is her level.
Like,
that's her ability.
We're gonna score here. We're gonna score. Like that pass, the way it went out. I was like, that's gonna be a goal.
To be fair, the first 10 minutes were like a little bit shaky from both teams because Viv had an opportunity really early on, and she took if she'd have took a better touch, 1-0. And it's just mad. Like, that is football. It can sway one way, and immediately. What I loved though is that they had that big chance, and I was thinking, oh fuck, like. She should have scored. Then we went down the other end and Les should have had 2. So we had that like bounce back, and I loved how just like you said, Rach, we were just a bit more like old school England, like a bit more direct, like put it in behind them. Their defence didn't want to deal with it. And then we're just aggressive, like everyone winning battles.
Exactly what we said before going into this. It was like there was zero panic. Like, and you could see it from minute 1. It was like there was no panic. Like, even if they've had that opportunity.
Just urgency though.
No one cared. No one cared there was a chance. Like, no one gave a shit. Yeah. It was like, let's go on.
Exactly.
And dominate this game. And I think there's Pure Jim.
Oh, hello, Pure Jim.
There was literally like no sense of panic. And I was like, we said this, didn't we?
No.
Like, they won't have a panic. Like, there'll be no sense of like.
But they had urgency though, which is what I liked.
Yeah. It was a sense of urgency, but in a way that it was like, was channeled, very channeled. Like,
not rushing.
Doesn't matter what happens. And yeah, like, even if we missed a couple of chances, like, it was almost like we knew there was another one. Literally from like minute 5, I said, I was like, we're going to win this game. No shadow of a doubt.
You could just tell.
We're so on top. It was so nice to watch.
Yeah. I just loved the tackles. I loved the aggressiveness, and not just from defenders, but from less at the front to all the way to the back. I think everyone won their individual battles. And of course, Netherlands had chances. They're a top team. You're going to concede opportunities. But the fact that we had no panic, we were just ruthless. It was just we are going to win this game. And that was the aura of this Lionesses team. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was class, and to be honest, it could have been more.
Even, I mean, other than Viv's chance quite early on, that was probably just the little wake-up call they needed, just to be stay focused. But Mills, you said you see it all the time with Hannah in training. Take us into that a little bit and tell us what she's like in training, because today it felt like her range of passing was... It's always good, but the way she was striking the ball 60 yards without the ball even deviating, just staying at the same height, it's ridiculous.
With H, she's worked so hard, and with her ability's never been the question, it's the consistency. And to be at the top, Rachel backed me on this, you can't just be doing that on a one-off, you need to be doing it consistently. And I think she's getting to that place now where she's her performances are staying at that level, and it's not one or two passes that are good, it's majority of her passes are good. And you know what, she's not afraid to take risks. You've seen it in the game, no end of time, she just put Hempo in behind, one pass. She does it at Chelsea week in, week out, but she's now doing it for England on the international stage at a tournament where, in a game when everything's riding on it, that pass is, honestly, it's a joke, but I'm not surprised because I see her zing it like that every single day. But her range of passing is ridiculous.
I think an outfield player plays that pass, and people don't like it, but no one really bats an eyelid. But I was in a room where everyone was like, "What a pass! Oh my god, what a!" And I was like, I just was like, "It's Hannah." I played with Hannah at club, obviously before Millie did, and I remember her going over to Chelsea, and I'm like, "Listen, you're gonna get some, you're gonna see something that you don't really see very often," because she oozes confidence in a way that is I don't she just has it. Do you know what I mean? So I think we played in it at Villa. It was one of those things where it was right, listen, I'll never forget this, Millie. Right, we played against Chelsea at Walsall, so it's a shit pitch at the time. I remember it was in a really bad state, and the whole game plan was Rach, play offside, just play offside. Hannah's going to get it to you, and every single time. To be fair to you, Millie, you weren't playing. But I don't think your back line genuinely knew what that offside rule was, because they set their line up to the halfway line and she would just absolutely
I was injured at that time.
She would pelt it over the halfway line and I was just in.
Yeah.
Probably says more about me than her because it never went in the goal. But I think it was a genuine, it was a trait of she can kick this ball so far. It's not even far, but it's on a dime. And I think, like Millie says, consistently doing that is a really hard thing to do. But I remember messaging Hannah before this tournament. I was like, listen, do your stuff. You've got a really good opportunity here. Go and do your stuff. And it gives me pride to think that I see her growing into this, because I think it's been a long time coming, but I think she's gained that sort of trust. She stepped into the shoes of literally the best goalkeeper in the world, which was Mary. She stepped into the shoes of a really hard place to fill. And they both equally bring the most talent. We were so blessed at England to have two of the most talented goalkeepers, and in very different ways as well.
Yeah. I think today that she really showed her confidence.
Yeah, what you see with Hannah though, Mills, I'm sure you see it in training, she can play right back, she can play centre back, she can play centre forward. She actually can play in a number of positions. So to see her distribute that, it was a joy, because it's okay, you're actually doing what you know you can do.
I'm going to be really sneaky and get some more insight from you, Mills, on another person that I know you won't be surprised to see just taking the absolute piss out of everyone on the pitch, with LJ scoring the goals that she did tonight. The first one was just another one of those goals that probably only she scores.
Oh, 100%. Do you know what? I love it. I know they played her in the 10 in the first game, but LJ out wide is different. It's different.
It was better
gravy.
tonight like that, wasn't it?
Better out wide because... More. Yeah, but she's a player that can go 1v1. She's a very different winger to all the other wingers. But when she rolls inside, she's got a great connection with Lucy as it is, because they played together at club. But she's and Rach, back me up on this, when you have a winger that overloads the inside pocket, it is the most annoying thing in the world because the fullback doesn't know whether to step. Does the centre back take over? Do you track? It's so annoying. Do the midfielders take her? And with LJ, you can give her the ball. It doesn't matter if you've got 3 players around. She's probably going to come out with the ball. You don't know if she's going to pass. Is she shooting? Is she dribbling?
I think that's what's annoying about that connection, though, because she drifts inside, she drifts outside, she steps up, she goes beyond Alessia, she drops lower than Tooney. Like, she's got it all, but like Lucy will always occupy that channel. So
exactly.
No matter where she goes, if she goes wide, Lucy will go inside. If she goes inside, Lucy will go wide. Like, they just have that like natural ability to connect and just...
You just know where each other are.
I think you see it even on a throw-in. Like, it's such an invaluable connection, and you got to feel for me though, because I don't think she did a lot. Like, it wasn't like she did anything wrong, but
I think it's just to offer something different.
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
honest, I think
you know what? If you look back at our previous episode, I said maybe 1 or 2 changes based on tactics. So you obviously seen Alex at left back, and you've seen LJ on the wing, and I think that's exactly what it was. And
I think Tooney coming in the 10 helped.
Exactly. Tooney offered a different dimension in the 10. She was breaking.
Well, you've got to rat around in there. You've got to rat around in midfield.
Also, guys, just stop there. I need to just talk about Alessia because her defensive play was insane. Like,
I really wanted her to score though, Rach. She had 2 massive opportunities.
Don't worry.
I was gutted for her.
Don't worry.
She's as a 2 offside goals now as well.
Guys, shut up, both of you. Okay. Sure, both of you.
I don't know where this chick's been tonight, but this sassiness.
No.
I think England must have won.
No, listen. She will take this tournament by fucking storm, let me tell you. But what people don't see, and I hate this, as a striker, I will fucking wag my finger. I'm telling you. I'll wag my finger until I'm in the face, because what people don't see as a striker, that defensive role is so hard. It's so hard. And she was pressing left and right. Like, I know she's created chances. I know she was offside a couple of times, but give the girl some credit. Like, Jesus Christ, that is such a hard role to do. Like, she got 3 assists tonight.
To be fair, without her doing that, we don't win that game. We don't score the goals we've scored.
Nobody's talking about the fact that she got 3 assists.
She's so deceptively quick as well, isn't she?
This is my point. So it's like, oh, Alessia Russo's not scored. No, fuck that. Like, Alessia Russo will score, and she will take this tournament by literally everyone will look back at this and be like, whatever. She got 3 assists. She broke up play. She started the whole entire press for most of them goals. So I as a striker, like, I know I'm getting annoyed, but it really bugs me because you don't see the work that goes into that. Like, all the press, like Millie, you know, the defensive work starts from the front. So if she doesn't press them down, she was pressing Van Damselaar like she had like shit in her eyes. Like,
but she sets the tone for the team. Exactly. That's what we were saying last time. It's like a domino effect. If someone gets stuck in and slides in, even if you don't win the ball, you're like, fucking hell, I'm going to do that. I'm going to win it now.
Exactly.
Like, she sets the tone.
So Hannah's got that worldy pass, right? But Alessia's created the next part for LJ to score, right?
Yeah.
Georgia doesn't score that goal without Alessia defending. It's all Alessia's work defensively or on the ball that makes those first 3 goals. She creates an opportunity. Like, nobody sees that, and it really, really winds me up because it's like there's so much more to your game than just scoring goals. Like, and that's why Alessia is so good, and that's why she is one of the best number 9s in the world. Like,
back to goal, she's the best number 9 in the world, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like, in terms of fizzing a ball into someone and watching the way that she'll just spin people or just hold them off and like almost buy you 5 or 10 seconds for everyone to get their breath back and move maybe 20, 30 yards up the pitch. There's not really anyone better.
But we have this running joke at Villa because Lucy Stan is really good friends with Alessia, and obviously like I love Les. Like, I will back Les till I'm blue in the face, but Les scores so many goals while she's on the floor. So if you watch back at Alessia's goals in the last 2 years, have a look at how many goals she scores on the floor, but it's because of her absolute grit and desire to get there. So for me, the way she throws her body about, like, it's not unrelatable for me. Like, I can see it week in, week out. She's literally diving in left and right to try and create something. If she doesn't score, it's how can I create something for somebody else? How can I win this game? So everyone going, oh, Alessia's not scored. Bullshit. Like, Alessia's created 3 goals for England.
On that, Will, you know that, so she's had 2 chances where she scored and she's been like marginally offside, or Mido was like marginally offside. as a striker, does it give you confidence, even if you get a goal disallowed, that you took your chance when it came? Are you still thinking, like, when the next one comes to me, I'll score anyway?
Do you know what? I think because, okay, so she's got a couple of disallowed, offside, whatever, but she's in the positions. And there's times when it wasn't offside. You know, there's a couple with a head that she's missed, right? But she's literally getting sandwiched by two gigantic Dutch centre-backs, and she's still winning a header. Like, give the girl some credit. Like, this is what I hate. Like, we shy away from the fact that this person's actually playing insane, but she's just been unfortunate. Like, but equally, she shouldn't even be making those headers. Like, she's got two massive centre-backs, like, challenging her for these balls and winning every header. Like, come on. I don't know.
Right, before Rach has a mental breakdown, we are going to go for a quick break and we will be back in a second and we'll discuss the France versus Wales game. See you soon.
Clearly, I'm team Alessia Russo.
This episode is brought to you by Tinder.
People think that dating is to just find the one, Mel, but I think there's so much more to it than that.
We spoke about it before about, you have a soulmate in life, but you have a soul best friend, and you're my soul best friend, as you know. I don't think it should be looked upon as just a dating app. You might want just a companion, or, you could have an unexpected friendship blossom. I think it's quite small-minded just to think of it as, I have to find it's a relationship I'm looking for. Like, no, you could find a friendship, and that could be someone that you rely on for the rest of your lives.
I think we've heard a lot of success stories from Tinder, from people in relationships and stuff. But like you said, it's not just about that. It's about, you might not get on with them romantically, but they might become your best friend or someone that you can go to the pub with and have a drink with or go do a pub quiz with. So I think there is a lot of success behind that as well. It's not just finding the one.
Yeah, as you say, Tinder is for all types of connections.
And it works because on Tinder, a new relationship starts every 3 seconds, from slow burners to instant sparks.
Wherever it takes you, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. Welcome back, everybody. Moving on to the next game. Benji, take us away.
Well, do you know what? I'm a little bit gutted for Wales because they've ended up running out 4-1 losers against France. France made a lot of changes. It's a very different side to the side that took the field against England. Obviously feeling like they could rotate a little bit. But after France go ahead, Jess Fishlock scores their first goal at a major tournament. She became the oldest ever goal scorer at the Euros at the age of 38, which was incredibly special. They get back level in the game, and I know most people will have seen this and will be feeling exactly the same as me, but it genuinely felt different to the Netherlands game. It felt like they'd learnt from that, and that if they could just get through to half-time, then maybe there was a chance that they could kind of grow into the game and keep France out. The other day, Viv Miedemar does this ridiculous double chop and then smashes the ball into the top corner. It was nonsense. It's like one of those things that only Viv does, right? The problem was today is that Wales... The other day I was really keen to point out that it wasn't their fault that they conceded in the 47th minute. There was nothing they could do. Viv was just on one of those days. Today, it was a little bit different. It was just a reminder of what tournament football is all about. A tiny mistake, a little bit of ill discipline. They gave away a soft penalty and ended up then losing any momentum that they'd built.
Yeah.
Conceded right on the stroke of half-time and then conceded pretty quickly after half-time into the second half. And though Wales are not out, it's going to take a crazy swing against England, which just by any sense of normal reality is just not going to happen. But on the positive side, seeing Jess Fishlock have that moment and celebrate with the Wales fans and give them something to shout about and give them something to hold on to, I think that's so important at major tournaments, that when you go away as a fan, you leave and you think, I've got that, I'm leaving here with something, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she went off with a few minutes to go. And then, I know you'll be buzzed about this, Mills, but Sophie Ingle came on, and that is just so special, considering how hard you've seen her work as well.
Yeah, it's always nice. Like, I don't like seeing any of my teammates. I don't like seeing anyone injured, period. But knowing the work that Soph's put in, and she's absolutely smashed it out the park, her rehab, to be fair, because, how complicated these recoveries can be when it's your ACL and stuff like that. But, she's got her head down. She's really worked hard, and not only to be selected for the Euros, to then be able to make her dream come true and go on the pitch. I think it's a testament of her character, her mentality, and the player that she is, having the ability to push on for that. I think, she should absolutely be proud of herself, and she's always so proud to represent Wales, and every time she pulls on that shirt, I know it's really important for her. So, yeah, on a personal level, really, really happy for her. But what do we think of, does that show how strong the depth of the France squad is? Being able to rotate, like you said, that many players? I mean, do you know what I mean? You're not out the group till you're out the group. So to be able to show that confidence, does that show that they're in a really, really strong place?
Yeah, I think we learned quite a lot about France tonight. I think France are definitely going to be in that elite group. I think we've all got to still look at Spain. Spain seem to be operating on a bit of a different planet to everyone else.
I think they're leading the tournament, aren't they?
In terms of like
performances.
Side,
yeah.
I think one for me is like group games are just, you've got to get out of them.
Yeah.
I don't like, you saw what you said the other day, Ben, like we're not really seeing the tournament in full swing because I think a lot of people are playing it like, let's just get out of the group and then you're going to see a different side. Like the way we saw England tonight, right? What annoyed me about everything is that it's like, oh, England, they lost the first game. Like, okay, we can all point the finger at like what we think went wrong in the England game. But at the end of the day, they were playing a world-class French side that will probably go on and like really succeed in this tournament. But what we saw tonight was like a completely different wave of like, okay, we're not messing about here. Like we're here to beat. And I think take that level of maturity, that level of ability, and that level of we know how to find a way to win through to the next stage. How do you match it? Like there's mentality. Once you get out of the group stage, it's completely mentality. So all just like ability of what you like. It doesn't matter if you score 11 goals in the group game. Like it doesn't matter because what happens outside of that group is what really matters. Like you've got through, well done, tick the box. But it's now game. But
I think the dangerous side to that is so it gives them a hell of a lot of confidence and momentum. And the teams that aren't up there, they're exerting a lot more energy. Like Spain have been in control of both of their games so far, and they're not exerting as much energy as what others are. Like you look how much energy we had to use today to get this over the line. Everything had to be attack. Like we've got to go, we've got to work hard, you've got to win all your battles, you've got to sprint that little bit faster.
Yeah,
that's the only downside.
I agree with that completely. Like I'm fully on your side in that sense. But equally, like, does that give you a sense of composure? Like we're flying in the group stage, so we're going to win everything else.
But I do think you gain momentum in a tournament. Like if you start strong, you don't really then dip. Like the ball keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You roll on. They're in full control.
I just think they might be in control. Like I do agree with that, but I do think there's a sense of once you
know what it's like as a player.
Yeah,
if you're shooting and scoring,
I just think once you get out of the group, it's anybody's game. Like anybody can win on any given day. Like if.
Oh, for sure. It's like I said, it's a one-off game.
I 100% agree with you. Like I genuinely believe like Spain are probably the front runners in this tournament right now, right? But we're saying that because they've scored 11 goals, right? But
I think because of their performances, they've not looked rocky.
No, I know, but equally
they're the only team that haven't looked rocky.
They've not had the same group as what other teams have had. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to like go. Like I agree. Like coming into this tournament, don't get me wrong, I was like, Spain are flying. Like, they're probably the team that you want to beat, right? But I think when you look at, if you get out of this, whoever gets out of our group, it's like, shit, like, that's a group that you want to get out of. Once you get out of there, it's like, okay, what's next? And yes, they're in a really good position. Their momentum is flying, like, they're leading. But on any given day, it's anybody's game. And I just think 100% I agree with you. Like they are the team to beat, in my opinion, in your opinion, probably in Ben's opinion. Like we're probably all in the same boat in the fact that
it is anyone's game. I think that is the tournament. I just think right now they've set the standards of the tournament. And I think everyone else needs to now step up to that.
Let me just chuck one thing into the mix there as well. The only thing that complicates that for everyone, France obviously playing really well, Spain playing really well. They will meet in the semi-finals if they carry on. So the way that the draw falls, basically, winners of Group D, essentially their path is to play the winners of Group B if they both progress through to the semi-finals. So it's actually sort of weirdly counterintuitive because France have played really well. They've gone out and got 2 wins, have scored some decent goals on the way. But as you're both rightly saying, Spain probably the team to beat. Well, France are going to have to go out and show that they can do it in the semi-finals. We'll get a really good measure then if they're at the level that...
Obviously, Spain have scored so many goals, but they are very vulnerable defensively. And France are so good on the counter-attack. So it's like... I actually really think that would probably be my favourite game to watch is France against Spain.
How do you think...
I think they both counteract each other.
How do you think... it's basically Germany or Sweden to potentially go through in their group top. How do you think... who do you think you'd almost prefer? I know it's looking too far ahead. But if you were to look at them, who would you rather face out of Germany or Sweden?
I don't know. I'm a bit stuck. I think generally Germany in a tournament you don't want to face because I think they can always find a way. Germany and Sweden, they're both really strong sides at one you don't want to face in the tournament. Like they're both equally like teams that you don't want to like go down further down the line and like face them.
I think both teams know how to win. That's the dangerous part. But I think every team showed their vulnerabilities so far, but every team has also come back from something. So it's like everyone's in the same boat, really. It's hard. I don't know. Like you said, Rach, they're both gritty teams. They know how to win. They know how to dig out results. Maybe Germany take the lead on that just because of their attacking threats. And when they really want to turn it on, I don't know, you've got to be at your best defensively.
Got to get through Wales first.
Exactly.
Get that done. Enjoy the weekend.
Anyway, weren't you on the pitch?
Oh, mate, I had a disaster today. I played in like a media game. Basically, we had like the Dutch journalists against the English sort of media group. And, like I'm one of these awful people that I think in my mind that I can just go out and enjoy playing football. I clearly can't. Like the moment I put my boots on.
Ben, what is the result?
So we lost 8-6 and I scored an own goal and like basically was responsible for 3 goals that we conceded as well. So without my performance, we might have won.
Okay, I think we're going to exit Ben from the chat.
How can this guy
Do you know what though? One thing that did...
Literally.
One thing that did make me feel a little bit better, right? So I've had this absolute stinker on the pitch and then I'm walking back through the fan zone on the way back. And they've got on one of the big screens, Rachel getting nutmegged against Spain. And like, it cuts to Aitana Bonmati's face going like this. And then
I've seen that.
I thought, that's a bit unfair on Rach. And then I walked about 2 yards further down and I had a picture of you, Mills, like after having conceded a goal on the floor, holding your face like that. And I thought, do you know what? It happens to the best of us. If it can happen to you two, then it's all right. I'm conceding.
Okay, and that's the end of Ben's journey on the podcast. Thank you.
It was fun while it lasted.
On a normal day, I would just end it, but because I like you both, I'm going to hang up gently. But okay, fuck off then. Bye.
Go and swivel on it.
Yeah, just hit me where it hurts. You lose every single game against every single media team.
Right, guys, that is it for today's episode of the Rest is Football Daily Brightness. Tomorrow we'll be releasing the next episode in our Euro 2022 Rewind series. It's all about the group stage from 3 years ago as we relive those brilliant games and give you an insight into what life was like in camp during that period. Goodbye from me and have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.